Welcome to training. My name is Ian Sanders with Healthcare Unlocked. Again, what we're going to be going over today is how to go through the plan descriptions. So, a lot of times going through HealthSherpa is what we're going to be using. It can be a little confusing trying to figure out what to use in order to go through the plan description. So we're just going to go through a basic plan description so that you know exactly what you need to do and you can have the confidence to go through that with your client and know what you're talking about. All right. And again, if you like the video, got something from it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bells. There will be there will be more videos coming up in the future. All right. So what we're looking at here is going to be Health Sherpa. And what we're going to do is click on the quote on EX, and let's just quote on exchange. And so we're just going to keep things the way they are. I'm just going to use a local zip code. Female, male, doesn't really matter. Household members. And then what we're going to do is do low income on this in this case because I want the CSR to show up. All right. And what I did was I just clicked. Hold on. I'm going to increase it a little bit. There it goes. So what I'm trying to do here is just get it to where it says CSR. So in one of the previous videos, I was talking about why you need to do a silver plan if it has the CSR. So I wanted to illustrate that as well. So this is the CSR badge. This is the subsidy that they're getting on the plans. And as you can see here, Blue Cross Blue Shield is a zero cost plan with out of pocket of $2,000 and better, same thing. What I'm going to be looking at here is the Standard Health Silver 6. Just go ahead and click plan details. All right. So typically when I go through the plan details and I'm reading this off, what I like to do is kind of go through this part first, then jump into the doctor visits and prescriptions. Sometimes I'll touch on the labs and imaging. Then you need to hit urgent care and then the emergency room, hospital stays, and all of that as well. So the way that that's going to sound, the way that that's going to look when you present it is this. All right, so what we're looking at here is the Blue Cross Blue Shield Blue ACA Standard Health Silver 6 with Health Choice. It is an HMO, which means you do need to stay in network. Typically, there's no coverage outside of network. Now, the monthly premium will be $0 because there is a subsidy that covers the cost of the plan. It has a $0 deductible and the out-of-pocket maximum is $2,000. What that means is that if all of your bills, your hospital stays, doctor's visits, prescriptions ever hit $2,000, you won't have to pay anything else for the rest of the year. Now, if you go see your primary care physician, there will be no charge for that. For a specialist, it would be $10. And then for your preventative cares or checkups, there's no charge for that as well. For prescriptions, there will be no charge if it's a generic prescription, $15 if there's a brand name, $50 if it's a non-preferred brand name, which are the more expensive ones. And then the specialty drugs, usually for cancers and more advanced things, it will be $150 for that. Now, for x-rays, imaging, blood work, hospital stays, outpatient procedures, all of those would have a 25% coinsurance, meaning that you're responsible for 25% of the cost until you hit $2,000. After that, you'd be covered 100%. And then I encourage you to use the urgent care instead of the emergency room because then you would only have a $5 copay. And then if they have anything else in particular that they want to know about, then you can read that off. But as long as you cover those things, you've covered all the bases. Now, if there was a deductible, let's say that this was $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, basically what you would say with the co-insurances here is you would pay the full cost of that until you hit the deductible, and then you would pay 25% until you hit the out-of-pocket maximum, which is X amount of dollars, whatever the case is for that. So that's basically how you go through the plan details with a client. You can do it word for word and, transcribe this and write it down if you want to. But really all it is a matter of making sure that you hit those points. And if you do that, your client should be completely happy knowing that they have a full basic understanding of the way the plan works. Then the only other thing that you'd want to do is make sure that you inform them that they'll get all that information in the mail and that if they have any questions to call you back because you'd rather have them calling you than call the carrier. Believe me, it works out a lot better for you that way. Hopefully this helped and you have a great rest of your day.